Hi guys, and welcome to my workshop for the next instalment of the oil drum tabletop. Let's crack on and have some fun. We're back inside and it's time to sand the top. So let's crack on with that one. I'm using a Mirka Deros 650, great little sander, random orbital sander, with the Abranet 80 grit sanding disc and a Mirka 915 extractor. So let's get sanding. So I'm pretty happy with that. Sanded down to 80 grit. That's the one side. I am going to sand the other side because it's pretty rough. It's got the glue on there still. And also I'm not actually sure which side I prefer. Do I prefer this side or the other side? So I'm just going to flip it over and then have a look. Just going to put these on top, the drum, because I've noticed that whilst I've been sanding, it's actually marking the bottom. So what I don't want to be doing is, if this is my good side, putting marks in from the drum. So I've just put these on top, sacrificial pieces, and then I'll put this on top and then sand. It's going to be slightly higher than the first time. It should be okay. Sanded both sides now. Not too sure what to do about that there. That needs filling. A couple of things need filling. Not much though, because it's meant to be sort of recycled look. I do need to go around and sand the edges now, so I better crack on with that. That's looking good. Sanded both sides. I've sanded around the edges and I'm really happy with the outcome. There's just one small part. There's a little bit of something over there which I'm not sure how to deal with at the moment. I think I just need to clean it out, put some wood glue in there, and I might even think about putting some of those butterflies or are they bow ties? I don't think they're needed for structural, but I think they'll look nice. Adds a nice little touch to it. Get some contrasting wood, maybe some oak that I've got. Yeah, I think the next thing to do will be to round over the edges. So I invested in this little Katsu router. 101748 is the model number. I think it's a clone of like the Makita that's out there, but it takes 1/4 inch bits and 3/8, and I think it's quite handy. It's easy to use. On something like this I can go around. As you saw earlier, I had my big Trent T11 router that I was cutting this out, but obviously that's quite cumbersome. This is really easy to hold and go around, so I'm going to put the bit in there. I'm not sure which one to use, so I'm going to put a bit in, test it on a bit of scrap, see if I like the round over. If not, go to the larger size, see what that's like. So I'm just going to put the bit in now. Let's crack on. I do need to get myself an adapter, which I've not purchased yet, but for now this will do. I'll just tape it on here. It's not the best, but it works, and I suppose if it works, surely that's good enough. So let's just switch that on, make sure it's extracting. Yep. So I'm just going to run a test along the edge here and see what I think. Yeah, well, I don't know. I think that's going to be okay. That sort of round over. You can see where the bearings going into there, denting the wood. But I think that round over, if you ask me, is good enough. See what the transition is there from square to round. Do that around the table and hope for the best. Pray for me. Well, no, don't pray for me. Wish me luck. Just stopping there. I don't know if you saw that, but it was dangerous because that wobbled like that, and as I go round, that's not good. But I'm happy with the round over. I now need to remove these planks of wood that's underneath, because I only put them under there when I was sanding to not damage the tabletop. However, as I'm routing it, it's not going to be causing lots of vibration. It's not going to be on there long, so I'm just going to whip these off and I'll be back. That's looking good. Needs a bit of a sand. That edge is now nice and rounded over. Just a little bit of an issue there. Need to fix. Okay, so I'm going to turn it over, do the other side, and then I'm going to sand. I think I prefer this side for the final top, but I can give the customer, oh, it's just fallen off, what an idiot. That's because if anybody knows where I can get a suitable extractor adapter, I'd be very grateful. We're back, we're cooking on gas. Let's cut this side now. Oh, let's round over this edge now. Well, oh, that feels really nice. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, that feels lovely. That is nice. Oh, yeah, I like that. Obviously, where it goes to end grain, it's not as rough, obviously, it would be its end grain. But that is lovely. And I think the round over is just about right. And if I recall right, that's a diameter of 3.2. So it's a diameter of 3.2 on my round over bit. So now I'm going to connect the sander back up and just sand down around the edges where the bearings made a little dentation in there, and just where it transitions to end grain. Just going to run it over there gently, but I've got to go careful with the sander obviously, because otherwise I'll mess up the round over that I've done. Okay, I'm just going to go around the sides actually by hand, because I think that this can be too aggressive and I might lose the round over. So I'm going to keep this disc flexible and go around the edges. Yeah, that's good. That's good. This one, just a couple of right again, just there. Yeah, it's nice and perfect there. Oh yeah, that's good. Really happy with that. We're going in there, yeah, let's just put it on there. Just careful not to change it around over. Oh, that's good. It's a good thing. Oh, one thing for it's not a piece of chill furniture. How about that? No, everything. I'll put it the rest of my day. And I'll put it and I'll do it. Good job. Good job. Yeah, that's nice. That's nice. Nice edges. No rough on that. Don't want the customer getting hurt or their clients getting hurt. So I need to flip it over and do the same on the other side, because it's just a bit awkward to do it that way. I'd rather do it on top, then I can push down on the paper, on the... It's quite heavy. One thing I've just noticed, the drum is actually marking these. Now, I know that I hadn't finished because I did an 80 grit, and I do want to go over with 120. 120 should be enough for this. But I do need to think about not marking the top once I've gone to all that effort of sanding it. I'm going to quickly connect up the sander and with a 120 grit, give it a quick once over. There you go, there's the drum marks. I think it's looking good. Thumbs up or thumbs down? What do you guys think? Do you think thumbs down, thumbs up, or nah? Not sure. To be honest with you, I'm not sure. Until I think I get some spirit stain on it and then seal it with some Osmo Poly-X or something, I'm not going to be sure until the end, and I'm not sure what to do about these splits. Do I clean them out? Fill them? Or do I leave it in there for effect? I could rake them out, you know, because they actually do have dirt in them. So I think I do need to rake them out. So what I've decided to do is I'm going to put some butterflies in some of these. I've not done them before, but a couple of people on Twitter have recommended it to me, so thanks very much for that advice, giving me some more work to do. But I do think it's going to look pleasing in a contrasting timber. So I've got some oak, I'll cut some botos out and do that. But however, before I do that, I've noticed there's a lot of dirt in here. If I just scrape that, you can see all the dirt coming out. Now that dirt's there because these were scaffold planks. Well, they called them battens. They are thicker than usual. I'm not sure what scaffold battens means. However, they got dirt in. So what I'm going to do is hook all this dirt out, because when I seal it, it's going to get in all the ceiling and make for a rough job. So I'm going to remove all of that next. So that's my next job. So next, I've got to contemplate putting bow ties, butterflies in here, whatever they're called. One of my friends on Twitter mentioned it might be worth doing, so I might do. I'll have a think and I'll get back to you, but that's going to be the next video. So thanks for watching this part. I'll see you in the next part. Until then, keep safe, keep well. Look forward to welcoming you back to my workshop. Just want a quick shout out to my homie Vondi. Thanks for the sub, man, and I hope you enjoy the next installment. Peace out.